Well, hello and welcome and hello. Thank you for tuning in to another exciting edition of Un Poco Mas, the show where we give you just a little bit more. My name is Danny Deals. On behalf of Hurricane Lopez and Stock Karen, we would like to say hello and welcome and happy Monday to all of you. Topper time check. It is 2:04 p.m. out here in beautiful sunny Los Angeles. That's 5 p.m. out in NYC. Hope it's a beautiful day wherever you are. The market closed just about an hour ago. We're in post market here. It is August 28, 2023. The SoFi stock today was down 6 cents to $8.23. It's up a penny in the aftermarket. The volume today was probably the lowest I can remember. 17 million shares traded. I don't even remember any days the SoFi stock trading less than 20 million shares. And normally low volume is bad, guys. Basically, it's a bearish signal most of the time. But when you're in a confirmed short term downtrend, as we were since the pump and dump about a month ago, um, that downtrend has started to decelerate. About 10 days ago, and then the volume decelerated with it. So when you're in a sell off and the volume starts to drop and the sell off, the trajectory of the sell off starts to flatten out, that's actually a good thing. Um, and you can see, guys, what's happening with the chart here. Let me just pull back a little bit so you can get a good view of this. Basically, what happened is the stock came down, 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 down. And then basically right here on the 11th, it basically flattened out. So what was support here around the 850 mark has become resistance in this little short-term channel here, here, almost here. Got a little lower here, a little lower highs. In fact, just the last couple of days, the stock has been making lower highs and higher lows. So it's really starting to pinch. It's really starting to ride up. It's really like atomic wedgie time. Things are getting very tight. Things are getting very musty. Um, you know, and the stock to me is looking really good to go up, but it really depends on the overall market, guys. People are like, oh, SoFi dumped after the earnings and the pump and dump. And yes, it did. But if you take a look at the NASDAQ, it was really, going in concert with the larger indexes in market. But if you look at what's happening here, guys, I mean, the stock was pushed below 8, basically, I think pre market before the trading on the August 17. And a lot of people make big hay out of that, but there's absolutely been zero sellers of the stock under $8. This was done for effect. It was a complete bunch of crap. And there has not been any appetite to sell the stock under 8. Now, if you look at the yellow line here, that's around $8.13. That has been support ever since the stock pushed up in early June past that point. And then if you look at the blue line, that is, let me just zoom out. That is this short term channel here. And so both the yellow line and the blue line, the stock is sort of playing off both of those lines. And it dropped below a few times, but you can see definitely consolidating around this yellow line, consolidating around the blue line. And if you really take a look at the SoFi stock, like this consolidation is very rare. It trades in a very choppy pattern. Um, and to consolidate around this support line at 8 is a very bullish signal on this low volume, in my opinion, because low volume makes the stock much more easy to manipulate, and the fact that market makers, short sellers, just do not have any appetite to sell the stock below that sort of 810, 813 level is a very bullish signal to me. It's also a bullish signal that the stock is consolidating and the price action is getting tighter, and the last couple of days we've made higher lows. If you look back again on the 18th, we were down below 8 in the pre market. And then the last couple of days, we actually, we're down here 805, whatever this was, on the 24th, and then again on the 25th, and then we pop back up. And today the stock actually held that blue line, if you notice that. It didn't fall below um, either this yellow line down here, which is that 813, 812 level, and it actually stayed above that 817, which is this blue line. And that puts us back, guys, in this little fruity upward trend that we see here. Obviously, we were trading along sideways, pushing up, generally in an upward trend, had the pump and dump. Market sells off, guys. Straight 45-degree angle in this dotted dog poo channel. Going downward, basically around the 15th of the month. We stop the bleeding, find support, 840, 850. And then, bleed off again, fall just below $8 pre-market. And then since then, guys, last 10 days, I guess that'd probably be like last 6, 7 days of trading. Let's see, actually, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 6, 7 days of trading. The stock has consolidated beautifully sideways and regained that upward channel depicted here in light blue. So if the overall market can sustain a little bit of a rally here, then I certainly believe SoFi has plenty of room to the upside. Nobody has shown me much room, much appetite for any downside below $8. I mean, the stock simply has not sold any shares in a meaningful way below that level in the last 3 months. And until I see real market makers or short sellers willing to go there, then the support holds, and it's held very, very nicely. For the SoFi stock going into earnings at $9.50, $9.55 to be sitting right now at 8 and a quarter is not bad if you consider what generally happens to this stock around earnings. Guys, not really that much to report to you beyond that, but chart is set up really nicely. Market looks like this rally might not be over, might have just sort of done a bit of a correction there, a bit of retracement, and then looking to move another leg up. Let's take a look at this article very briefly. Coin Republic. This guy's like a crypto guy. I think he's a PhD. Andrew Smith. SoFi Technologies. Is SoFi stock good for a long-term pick? SoFi stock short-term correction phase fell 27% in August, forming a bearish pattern. Buyers struggling to defend $8. That certainly has been true, but I think defending it quite successfully. SoFi stock slipped below the 50-day moving average, which showcases the initial signs of a bearish trend reversal. However, the 200-day EMA slopes upward and is likely to act as immediate support for the bulls. July 2023, SoFi Technologies hit a 52-week high, $11.70. Price surged 19% in a single day. Positive hope for long-term investors. Also surged in volume and upside momentum. Buyers in the SoFi stock tried to hold the $11 level. Unfortunately, sellers took control. Later, slowly, the correction in SoFi shares continued and the price began to decline by forming lower lows. Presently, SoFi stock price is near the 2-month low, and buyers are trying their best to defend $8. Closed the previous session at $8.29, intraday rise of 209. That was, I think, yesterday. The market capitalization stands 7.88 billion. SoFi Technologies is near crucial support, and it entered a narrow range of consolidation. That's basically just what I've explained to you. SoFi stock shares hold the 655 level. The probability of bounce back remains high. I think, boy, that's an awful big assumption that it would even drop to test that level. I don't think that's going to happen at all. But I always say that, and I'm often wrong. So you do you, people. I don't really care what you turds do. Buy, sell, trade, hold. Just go take a vacation with your money and stop buying all these silly stocks. However, the stock prices will gain momentum when buyers are able to break the $10 hurdle. Until then, it is expected to consolidate for some more time. And I'd agree with that, guys. We fought back into the channel above 815, that little light blue channel. And if we can hold that, hopefully the stock will push up slowly toward the $10 level where those gains can be held. Um, SoFi did not perform well in August. Obviously, it's down 27%, but that's really kind of a red herring because, the stock was really at $9.55. So it's really not down 27 cents unless you count that pump and dump as the high. And it's just a little bit silly to do so because that was artificial price action. There was no market being made up there. It was just predetermined bullshit, just like the Chia Pet dump. Just like the Chia Pet Army short attack, this pump and dump here was also a pre-planned move, sort of the opposite move of last time. But again, market makers still skinned retail investors. I absolutely guarantee you. Conclusion: SoFi stock price is in a short-term correction phase and fell 27% in the current month. However, the SoFi shares trading near the demand zone and correction zone seem to have taken a halt. Technical analysis suggests SoFi stock prices look fairly valued and might be a good pick for long-term investment. And I'd agree. You can tell the stock is where the market wants it right now because it is consolidating sideways and just starting to tick up. So, you might have seen a lot of the buyers and sellers post earnings kind of work things out, divvy things up, play a little three-card Monty, whatever they're going to do, flip for dollars. And everybody's sort of staked out their positions as they want and are probably going to go into sort of a holding, consolidation, covering pattern for the next ER. If the next ER is going to set up a Q4 profit, then we should see some progress in a variety of areas. And if management delivers, that is, I expect shorts to let go further. And by the next earnings report, I think short interest will be well under 10%. It just fell from like 14% to I think 12% very recently here. So the shorts have definitely, it's still 12.92, but definitely given up a bit. Remember, it was up over 16% just end of June, and then end of July, we were still at 15%, and it's just stepped down a couple of times finally to under 13%. Free float on loan, shares on loan, again, all these things are down. Let's take a look at what was going on today. Borrowed change, again, was going way down. Million shares returned, 2.5 returned, 1.5 borrowed, so about a million shares net return, which should have propped up the price a bit, and that doesn't really make sense to me. Cost to borrow, again, is a little bit high at 2.5%. That number is often under 1, but these shorts, it's hard to gauge the day of. It takes Ortex and some of these other sites a couple days to work it out. Exactly what's happening in the dark pool in different places, I guess. But anyway, days to cover all the way down to 1.2. So I think there's a lot of short long hedge fund activity on the stock. People shorting the stock based on shares they already own. So, not a whole hell of a lot going on here. Very low volume. Again, I feel this volume is actually bullish because it's a change, guys. It's a change. It's a welcome change. For high volume, this sort of noise trading, it makes a stock easy to manipulate. You can't really tell what's going on. If some of those sort of pranksters and gangsters who are churning the shares, just algo trading relentlessly day after day after day to either short and then cover, or accumulate at low prices, or run little mini pump and dumps constantly. If that stuff starts to go away, we're going to have a stock that's going to be a lot more likely to trade on the fundamentals, which I think have been quite good. And I think SoFi certainly deserves to be trading a bit higher than it is now. My price target right now is $9.75. I'm at $13.75 when SoFi is able to hit a net profit, which hopefully will be just as management says in Q4 of this year. Everything's setting up very nicely. The product growth, the member growth, the deposits. And I read a thing today on the, SoFi News. It came up that Plaid adds direct deposit switching services partner. And I read this article. It's actually kind of interesting in Kiplinger. But I will just note, SoFi is absolutely killing direct deposit. In 1 quarter, their bank deposits went from 10 billion to like 12.5 billion. So you're talking up 25% deposits quarter over quarter, guys. It's insane. This bank barely existed not long ago. One of the fastest growing banks in the United States was number 300. Last time I looked, I think it was 120, 109, and now it's like number 90 bank in the United States. And it just keeps going up and up and up every single quarter that the banking regulators publish this data. So SoFi, again, hitting on all cylinders. I think all of us would like to see EPS move closer to that even mark last quarter, but hopefully Q3 we move the needle, see a loss. You know, they're projecting 8 cents per share, guys. If SoFi loses 8 cents per share in Q3, they are doing a massive, massive pump for Q4, basically putting all their expenses, all their growth, all their spend on new member ads and promotions, and they're going to put it all into Q3, put the brakes on all the spending for Q4, pump everything as hard as they can, just bring in as much revenue and profit and interest income as they can, ensuring that GAAP net profit in Q4. I think that's the plan, guys. I don't think Q3 is going to be any kind of blowout, but I think management will, in fact, deliver in Q4. So if you're looking for that buying opportunity, guys, I know a lot of you hope the stock would, go back to $6 or $7 so you could load the boat. Not saying that can't happen, but I'm just not seeing any appetite for it right now. That 813 level still looks extremely solid, and let's see if tomorrow, if we see another green day on the markets, if SoFi does not continue on and make another higher low tomorrow. Guys, it's the SoFi stock. Ticker symbol is SOFI. My name is Danny Deals for Un Poco Mas, the show that gives you just a little bit more. I'd like to say thank you for watching, and we will talk to you again about the SoFi stock real soon. You guys have a great Monday evening, great rest of your week, and we'll be in touch. Our people will call your people. And if you don't have any people, well, we'll just knock on your door.